children, next we will discuss about the agarose gel electrophoresis. Now, what is the role of the agarose gel electrophoresis in the process rDNA? Means recombinant DNA technology. As all of you know that in the rDNA technology, we need the DNA fragments. Okay, we need the desired DNA to be cloned in the vector during the cloning process. So how these DNA fragments that we can get? So we can get these DNA fragments from the process electrophoresis. Okay, and it is also known as gel electrophoresis, that is agarose gel electrophoresis, because in this process the agarose gel that is used. And what is agarose gel? Agarose gel, it is extracted from the seaweeds and it is prepared by mixing with the distilled water, and then it is settled down on the plate for the separation of the DNA fragments. So let's discuss in detail. First, you have to isolate the DNA from the cell. Okay, as the cell it contains the DNA, and where does the DNA that is present in the cell? DNA that is present in the nucleus region. So it means the first step, that is to degrade the cell membrane or cell wall with the help of enzymes. Okay, so in case of plant, the different enzymes that are needed, and in case of the animal cell, the different kind of enzymes that are needed, so that we are able to isolate the DNA from the cell. Now it helps to provide us the DNA. Okay, this step that is basically for the isolation of DNA. Now after the enzyme action, what happened? That the DNA fragment, it is mixed with the other fragments of the cell. Okay, so now how we will separate these DNA from the other fragments of the cell? Means the other substances that are present in the cell, that is also present with the DNA. So you have to use the chilled ethanol. That is used to separate the DNA. So after using the chilled ethanol, what happened? The DNA, it will get precipitate. DNA precipitates, and with the help of the glass rod or with the help of the spatula, you can isolate or you can remove the DNA which get precipitated after the addition of the chilled ethanol. Okay, so in this manner you are able to isolate the DNA. Okay, now it is about the DNA isolation. Now what is the next step here? The next step, that is by the action of the restriction enzymes. And of which category? That are endonucleases. This DNA, it will be cut into fragments. So how these DNA fragments that will be separated from each other? That is done by the process, that is electrophoresis. So what is gel electrophoresis? In this gel electrophoresis, we use agarose gel. Okay, and how this agarose gel that is prepared? Agar or agarose that is easily available in the market. Okay, and you have to mix it with the distilled water, and then you have to settle down it over the plate, and then you will get the agarose gel. This is all agarose gel here. Okay, and here this side the anode electrode that is present, that is the positive charge, and here cathode that is present, that is negative charge. Okay, this is negative charge and here it is positive charge. And what is the charge that is present over the DNA fragments? Yes, it is negative charge, DNA that are negatively charged. And here in this region, at the cathode region, the wells that are created, these are wells. Okay, so in these wells, the DNA fragments, these DNA fragments that are loaded in the wells of the gel. Okay, so in these wells, the DNA fragments when loaded, then they are separated on the basis of charge that is present on them. Okay, now DNA fragments, some of the DNA fragments that are of large size and some of the DNA fragments that are of small size. So on the basis of the charge as well as on the basis of the mass also, they will get separated. The bigger DNA fragments, they are not able to move fast over the gel, and the smaller fragments, they will move fast. But why they are moving towards the anode region? Why? What is the reason behind that? Because DNA that are negatively charged and they move toward the positive charge. Okay, so on the basis of the charge and mass, they will separate over the agarose gel plate. Once again listen, that when we will get the DNA fragments, then after that what happened? You have to load these DNA fragments in the wells of the agarose gel. Okay, and then these DNA fragments, they will separate on the basis of the charge and mass. On the basis of charge, how? Because DNA that are negatively charged, so they will move towards the positive side, means positive electrode, towards the anode. Okay, and mass, on the basis of mass, how? Because the DNA fragments which are larger in size, they are not able to move fast. Okay, so they will remain here only toward this region, and the smaller fragments, they will move fast. In this manner, the DNA fragments that are separated. Now the next step is the DNA fragments that are embedded in the agarose gel, and we have to isolate the DNA fragments from the agarose gel. So what is the process for that? So first process, that is staining with ethidium bromide, and the second after that is elution process. So let's discuss in detail. Now the next step, that is staining. Staining of DNA fragments with ethidium bromide. These DNA fragments that are stained with ethidium bromide. But what is the reason that why these DNA fragments that are stained with the ethidium bromide? Because these DNA fragments which are separated over the agarose gel, we are not able to see them in the visible light. So that's why they are stained. Okay, if suppose this gel that is present in the visible light, then we are not able to see the DNA fragments. So that's why they are stained with ethidium bromide. So after staining, we are able to see the DNA bands, which appear to be orange color. Okay, now the DNA bands over the gel, they are visible to us. Now the next step, that is elution. Now what is elution actually? Elution means that as these DNA bands that are separated. Okay, so these DNA bands that are cut out from the with the gel piece and then extracted from the gel, means with the gel these DNA bands that are separated and then these DNA fragments that are extracted from the gel piece, and this is known as the elution process. Okay, so in this manner we are able to get the DNA fragments. But now how these DNA fragments they are helpful in producing the rDNA, means the recombinant DNA. As we are able to get the DNA fragments, these DNA fragments that are separated from the gel, then these DNA they are joined with the plasmid DNA, okay, or you can say the vector DNA for producing the rDNA. Okay, so in this manner we are able to produce the rDNA. Okay,